receiving their awards the year's most outstanding and articulate.
A dozen countries. And truly I want to express my sincere gratitude to all those who, in such an authentic and courageous way, are standing firmly with Venezuela. I truly appreciate it. And I thank them for their good wishes, because furthermore, it is the clear expression of a growing fervent love that exists throughout the world for Venezuela. It's impressive how a movement of solidarity is emerging everywhere, supporting the victorious effort of Venezuela's indestructible people against these threats, psychological, political, diplomatic wars. No matter what they do, how they do it, or where they do it, they will not be able to defeat Venezuela. We are invincible, no matter what they do. They have not been able to, and they will never be able to, with our homeland.
The special Caracas-La Guaira corridor.
We met recently in May. We were at the commemoration of the 80th anniversary of the victory of the Red Army of the Soviet Union against Hitler's imperialist Nazi military apparatus. And the 80 years since Hitler's surrender to the Red Army, specifically to Marshal Chuikov, who was the commander of the armies appointed by Stalin. And, well, it was truly extraordinary. He actually makes mention of her in the letter. We had an incredibly long day, a marathon of conversations, meetings, and the signing of many documents. At this very moment, the Mixed International Commission is unfolding, which is officially known as the High-Level Intergovernmental Commission between Russia and Venezuela. It's currently in full swing, and all of our commissions are present there. It has to be developed in Moscow, and surely from there, new agreements and new action plans will emerge in all areas of cooperation: petroleum, financial, military, cultural, educational, scientific, technological, on all levels. Any wrong you do here, you'll earn yourself another ticket. You know where that's headed? Straight to hell, buddy. So, with China, we maintain relations of profound and broad trust, and we have established a strategic partnership that is absolutely foolproof for every single moment. And these moments that Venezuela has had to live through, the China-Venezuela relationship has passed the test with flying colors, and this period has served to deepen and strengthen it across all fronts of work and cooperation today. So President Xi Jinping's letter ratifies, paragraph by paragraph, and written, his solidarity and support for all Venezuela. Do good, no matter who it is, and you will have a good destiny. It's simple. Me, with my phone right here, this Huawei was a gift from President Xi Jinping himself. Look, it's already more than 2 years old, and it's still, well, perfectly fine. This Huawei, I highly recommend it. No one can tap into it. It's absolutely untappable. Can we say, advisor? It cannot be intercepted, that is, a phone completely shielded from any kind of intervention, whether satellite or from any other place. Hold on, I'm being informed of things here.
Reaffirming support for Venezuela, open quotes, continue enriching the connotation of the...
What has happened during these 17 weeks of military, diplomatic, political, and media harassment? What has happened? Well, the remnants of what was left of the Zionist far right. They have completely disappeared from the political map. They are rejected by well over 90% of the people, aren't they? There are approximately 4 or 5 key points that constitute the national union, a new national union. Significant agreements. The rejection of the American military threat, isn't that right? The rejection of the call for an invasion that the right wing is making is more than 90%. The personal rejection of each of these names, Juan Guaidó, Maria Machado, Leopoldo López, Julio Borge, their personal rejection has gone up 93%. I never thought I would become president. Well, but I'll save that for the movie segment. I never thought I'd be president. I never aspired to it. He has received letters from pastors and women pastors, thousands of leaders from beautiful churches in the United States who will fight for the peace of America. That movement truly gained momentum and strength in the United States, united and pardon the redundancy with their evangelical Christian brothers from Venezuela.
Courage, the sensitivity, and the intelligence you have shown.
Mikas.
Not an object, but an active subject, which are the neighborhoods of Venezuela, which are the neighborhoods of Caracas. And they realize that through the communal economy, we can definitively break and defeat the criminal blockade against our homeland. They haven't been able to, but they won't either. If there's one thing that has been repeated, besides their failing formula, it's that in all their attempts, in their aggressions and their threats, they have failed. In the communal circuits, the true spirit of the Venezuelan people. Today, Marco Rubio, as you know, released another rehash about the Cartel de los Soles, which they now call a terrorist organization. Ridiculous, they are ridiculous. They repeat and repeat and repeat, and that's why they go from failure to failure. This drug trafficking story, what a story it is. Knowledge for all of you who have come to our homeland. If they truly wanted to fight drug trafficking, they'd have to go to Ecuador and search right there in the president's office, which houses the world's main cocaine export company, hidden in its banana distribution factory. 70% of the cocaine that is exported through Ecuador. It's not Venezuela, not the producer, nor the drug trafficker. No, in their own countries with many great experiences to share. This is documented in official reports, in all of the reports for the past 27 years from the United Nations, from the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. But it's also in the DEA's own reports, their very own agency of drugs from the United States. He says Venezuela has no involvement. And in technical terms, what has been said is that Venezuela is not a relevant country in drug matters. Through the Assembly, what was agreed upon in the Assembly. Ministers accompanying us today, please stand up. That is not the fabricated Venezuela they are trying to create to justify an intervention. And why do they want to intervene in Venezuela? There are several reasons. Our natural resources, without a doubt. They say it openly. They want Venezuela's vast petroleum and natural gas reserves. For nothing, without paying. They want the gold of Venezuela, they want the diamonds of Venezuela, the iron, the bauxite. The sectoral vice president, Minister Jorge Marquez. Well, leaving the transformation number. That's why in the year 2015, Barack Hussein Obama said that Venezuela was a threat to the foreign policy of the United States and to the national security of the United States. Just imagine this for a moment if you would. We are not the ones who are a military superpower. We are not the ones who invade other sovereign nations to change their established governments. We are not the ones who assassinate millions of innocent people across the world to steal their precious natural resources. No, we are the Venezuela of integrity, the Venezuela that builds, the Venezuela that uplifts, but the Venezuela that does have a political and ideological model, which is Bolivarianism, which is social justice. We are joined by the cabinet of the Vice Presidency of Public Works, and those concepts are, of course, dangerous for the decadent hegemons. But we are not doing this to subjugate other nations. We are doing it so that it can be shown that a different world is possible regarding the 7 transformations within your community. And here are also the spokespeople present.